Hello, welcome back to another collective reading. So, for today's reading, I believe it has been 7 days since the new moon in Aquarius. So, we are at the halfway point. We have about seven ish more days until the full moon, according to the day that I'm recording this. Um, and I will be going I'm going to keep this brief, I promise. I'm going to be going on a trip in a couple days. I am not sure if I'm going to have Wi Fi to record and upload a reading for the full moon. So for now, I wanted to make sure I at least recorded a reading to share with you guys before I head out on my trip. And for today's reading, I wanted to focus on just a message for the collective. In terms of what is going to help us have the strength that we need to keep going, because in my personal life and witnessing around me, we're all moving through this collective, like, deep cleansing of the things that are just not working for us anymore. And it feels very chaotic. It really does feel collectively so chaotic. And so, that's kind of reading we're doing today, is just kind of like an encouragement, just a little message, a little popping in from our guides, to remind us, what do we need to hear to help us keep holding the faith in our hearts. So let's get into it. I did pull an oracle card to see what's the overall theme of the reading from the Healing Waters Oracle deck, and I was so happy. This card came out, the Rainbow, Sweet Relief, New Beginnings, a New Way Forward, and I felt so much joy from this card, so much joy. If we just think about rainbows, whenever we see rainbows, if you are, a human with a heart, there's this interesting joy that we feel when we see rainbows, because it almost feels like it's amazing, like a unicorn, right? When we see a rainbow, we're like, oh my god, look, it's a rainbow, and we all want to take photos. And so this rainbow is definitely symbolizing this beacon of light that is telling us, hey, it's gonna be okay. There is beautiful things in this world. There are things that bring love and hope and optimism. And right now, we are being shown this rainbow. We are being shared the energy of the rainbow, to hold us through these new beginnings. Because the reading is definitely about confirming that, yes, we are all moving through new ways of being. We are all trying to, change our lives for the better. And the way that our guides are showing us that the areas in which our lives are being asked to take a new shift in is, first, we have the Knight of Cups, the King of Swords, and we have Two of Cups. King of Swords, Two of Cups. And so again, these cards, when I pulled them, I was asking for where in our lives are we being asked, for this new beginning. And so we are collectively really needing to move into a direction of speaking our emotions in a different way. The Knight of Cups is the energy of moving forward into our emotions, our internal world, our hearts. And so we are being asked to take some time to nurture, to grow the areas in our lives that are not focused around money or working or material things. It's like, focus on your heart. Right now, we are all asking to change the way that we feel and that we emote and that we express and that we nurture. We also have the King of Swords, the swords representing the mind, communication. So, the King of Swords, I feel like the other message is also to remember the strength that comes with having a balanced mind. An unbalanced mind might be negative all the time, might be over analytical, over perfectionist, being very obsessed with things being exactly how they need to be, and this order that gives us this false sense of security and safety. So I do feel like this new beginning that we're being asked to keep our faiths high is in, hey, you are strong. Your mind is strong. You do have the ability to be positive. You do have the ability to use your mind for your own good. Your mind is not this evil monster that's telling you bad things, and that's why you're having a bad day. You are letting your mind do that to yourself. So I do feel like there's this authority that we're being asked to take back in our lives, in our bodies, in our mind. And also using the emotions and the mind, our feelings and our way of communicating in our relationships. Like, where are we not being as vulnerable as we could be? Where are we not allowing ourselves to be held by someone else? So there's definitely like a lot of emotional things that we're being asked to cleanse and to just approach in a different way. And even if things might feel heavy and dark right now, like, just hold on to the rainbow, hold on to the light. We are getting through it. So the next question I kind of had for us to ponder is, in what ways or how are we being asked? How is this showing up for us? How is this new beginning in the realm of our emotions and our mind and being vulnerable? How is it showing up for us? And we have the Two of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. So this theme, this energy, this shift is also showing up in our physical life, of course. It's showing up when we are not in a state of balance. These old ways of feeling and communicating and being vulnerable are showing up when we are trying to come back to a balance after we've noticed, like, whoa, I really distanced myself. Let me come back and, reach out to this person and be honest with them and say, hey, I wasn't really feeling that well. I'm sorry. But also in the way that we mother ourselves. We have two queens in how this is coming up for us. And so maybe even I feel like there is also some connection with our mothers, with our feminine people around us, whether it's feminine friends, our mothers, our grandmothers. Also the feminine side within ourselves. We all have, even if you're a man or a woman, we all have a feminine side. We are half and half, energetically speaking. And so when it comes to, feminine energy is about flowing. It's about receiving. Again, the total opposite of earlier I was saying, like, wanting to be in control and have everything be perfect and everything has to be in its place. The feminine is like, put it anywhere. It's fine. It's like a little bit more relaxed and not as many rules. I feel like the feminine is a circle and the masculine is a square, right? And so I definitely feel like in our work, in our education, and in our spirituality, or our passions, our creative projects, that is also where it's being affected. So if we are not feeling fulfilled in our work, if we are not feeling fulfilled in our creative projects, if you even have a creative project, like, what if you don't even have a creative outlet? That is a big sign that something needs to change. So moving forward, the next piece of the next 3 cards that I'm going to share are, how can we continue this growth in this area of our life, of this new beginning that we want, that is going to bring so much more love, so much more fulfillment, so much more balance. And we have the Star, one of my favorite cards in the deck. We have the Nine of Cups. And we have the Magician. Okay, those are some beautiful cards to see as advice for how can we keep moving forward, because the Star is the artist. The Star is a reminder to stay connected with the earth, with the sky, with your body, with your angels, with everything that is around. You know, there's this free body, this free body, no clothes on this body, total freedom, total innocence, total just like renewal, rebirth, and allowing the inspiration to strike when it wants to strike. Even if it's not the perfect place or the perfect time, keep allowing for that time to be inspired, to remember the divinity, to remember the synchronicities, to tap into the synchronicities, and allow for those moments of renewal, like self-care. Self-care is the way to go. Also to remember that we are so close. We are so close. We have the Nine of Cups. Again, cups symbolizing our emotions, our hearts, our intuition, our inner world. And the 9 is the number of almost to completion. Like you're literally there. You are a step away from the finish line. So in terms of our emotional relationships that we are not quite sure of, emotional healing, heart healing, we're there. We just need to wait a little bit more. Like literally it might just be, you know, it's like when you order a package and it says 3 to 5 business days. The weekends don't count, and that is included in our manifestations, in our healing. Weekends don't count, metaphorically speaking, which means we need some integration time. And that's why the Star is here, because it's like, yes, you're putting in all this work into your healing or into your creative projects, but you need to let it simmer. You need to let it do its thing. You need to let it cook. It's already done. It's 5 more minutes, right? 5 more minutes. The food is almost ready. So again, going back to the rainbow from the beginning, keeping that faith high, knowing that I have done all that I needed to do. So now I'm just going to sit back and relax. And the last card is the Magician. Okay, so the Magician is, this card is, it always reminds me of taking action. But I really like that it's also coming out with the Star, because this is another card where the human is being shown connecting with the divine. The Magician has all the tools needed in order to make these manifestations happen, in order to make the magic happen. But it's about the will that we have to make it happen. You know, we might have a book about positive affirmations, but it's going to take some physical work and willpower for us to start reading the book and remembering the affirmations and writing them down and repeating the affirmations. So again, I do feel like the advice is keep working, but not in the way that you think. And I feel this, I'm rolling my eyes because I feel this message deeply for myself. You know, when I start to feel like I'm losing control, when I start to feel like, you know, things were supposed to be going better than this. I thought that when I started this project, I was supposed to be way far ahead than I actually am. And I start working in overdrive and like working a little bit too much in the same area, where here in this message, I do feel like our guides are like, yes, keep working, but turn around. You know, like, you're done with this task. Let's focus on this other task that has been pending. That's where you need to focus your energy on. That's why this other thing is not flowing as much as you thought it was going to. Ay, ay, ay. Yes. So, that is all the cards that came out. And just to round up the general message of the reading for today is to keep holding the light, keep tapping into the magic of life, keep tapping into the miracles, the little tiny miracles, the little tiny synchronicities, the angel numbers, the bumping into an old friend at the store. Like, just keep holding on to those moments, and continue to allow yourself to be a little bit softer with your emotions, to be a little bit more vulnerable with those that help you feel safe, that it's almost like reciprocity. Sometimes we have a hard time being vulnerable with people because we say, I don't want to be a burden. But think about one person in your life who you don't care what you're doing, what time it is. If they call you for help, you are going to answer. And think about how you don't mind being that person for them. And ask yourself, do I have someone in my life that can mirror that back to me? Am I allowing someone else to have the opportunity to feel that sense of service as I feel that sense of service? So that could be a good place to start if you have a hard time reaching out for help or practicing vulnerability, is thinking, I'm giving someone else the opportunity to help me as I like to help them. And yes, continuing to just allow for moments of inspiration, and please, for the love of God, get a hobby. Go buy some paint, buy some markers, go buy some yarn, go bake a cake, buy some clay, start gardening. What else can you do? Anything with your hands, like paint someone's nails, cut someone's hair, give someone a massage, play some music, do something that is going to help you use your senses, to help you smell and listen and touch, and getting back into just creating for the sake of creating, not because you want to make the perfect banana bread, or don't paint because you want to create a Mona Lisa. Just paint because you want to see a big splash of red, or because you want to smell how brownies smell. That should be the reason why you create something, is because you want to experience something within that creating. And that's where you feel the sense of joy. Even if it's dancing, dance not because you look good dancing. I'm sure you do look good dancing, but dance because it feels good to shake. It feels good to move your body. It feels good to flow with the rhythm. So again, I feel like there has been a theme in the past collective readings of we really need to tap into more creative projects in order to help hold us through these big life changes that are happening. So when you are feeling overwhelmed, when you are feeling overworked, go outside, take a break, turn your phone off, put it away, and do something that is going to help you come back to the present moment. Don't start scrolling on Instagram, looking up readings, or, just go do something to bring you to the present. So yeah, and before I close this off, I just want to show you guys the rainbow card again, because it's so beautiful. Look at that. This woman's just dancing. The rainbow light is coming down. Something fun that you could practice if you like to do meditation or visualization. I invite you to take some time, and whether it's sitting down, laying down, doing some breathing, you can look up guided meditations. You can actually look up different types of breath work online, how to hold it for 4 seconds or breathe out for 4 seconds. Look something up, something that you want to do. And even if it's just sitting down wherever you are, whenever you're feeling very negative, just close your eyes and imagine that rainbow around you. Imagine you are this woman, and just imagine this bubble of rainbow light around you. And breathe it in. Breathe in the rainbow and all of those colors symbolizing the beautiful light of all of the archangels, symbolizing the light of the divine, allowing that rainbow to really hold you right now. So that is all that I have for you guys today. If you would like to do some journaling, I will leave you with some questions. Sorry about that. My alarm went off and it stopped recording, but some journal questions based off the reading today that you can ask is, what new beginning do you feel is coming? What new beginning are you actually hoping that's happening? Start to imagine yourself in that new beginning and start creating a little bit of how you want it to look like, how you want it to feel. And also asking, what are some things I like to do for fun? What are my favorite smells? That's a good one. What are my favorite smells? What are my favorite sounds? What do I like to touch? What do I like to feel? Do you have like a favorite fuzzy blanket? Or do you love the smell of chocolate chip cookies? Do you love the smell of fresh cut grass? Just try to get to know yourself a little bit more so you can discover what creative projects, what creative hobbies can I start tapping into. And just positive affirmations. That's the one. Start thinking about what kind of mentality do you want to have in this new beginning. Just picture your new chapter and what are some affirmations that your current self really needs in order to get to the next chapter. If you need a little bit more self-confidence, maybe your affirmations could be, I believe in myself. I have the strength to get through my current situation. I have the knowledge that I need to get a new job. I have the compassion that I need to have this conversation with XYZ. Whatever positive mindset that you can have, start writing it down and repeating it to yourself. Put them on sticky notes and stick them around your room. So that is all that I have for my lovely friends today. Thank you guys so much for being here. If there's anything that I missed, anything that you want to share, please feel free to comment them or send me a message on Instagram. And I will catch you guys on the next one.